Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Mark with Limo Marketer. I'm here with Julio Cabrera from Tampa Premier Car Service. Thanks so much for hopping on and doing this, Julio.
Nah, not a problem. How's it going, Mark?
Good, good. So anyways, Julio's been a client a few months now, and thought I'd get him on here because he, like many people, actually came from Uber. So how did you even get into Uber in the first place? What were you doing before then?
So I was like a manager at a convenience store for like 15 years. And I also had my own cleaning company overnight. So I was doing both jobs every day, 7 days
Whoa.
a week. To get a day off was very difficult. To get vacation was very even more difficult. And when I was in vacation, I would get calls. Oh, the people didn't clean this. Oh, this is missing. Oh, this is the. So it used to be, it's crazy, crazy. So I saw one of my uncles from Miami. I see him taking vacations all the time. And I was like, man, I know he's retired, but what does he do that, I know he's not making that much money from retirement. So I
Yeah.
talked to him and he's like, yeah, I do Uber and Lyft on the side. And, that gives me time to go, wherever I want to go. So I was like,
Yeah.
man, I should look into that. So I started doing Uber, the little window that I had, between both jobs to go do Uber. And I
Well,
saw
you
I
must
was
have
able
been
to,
super busy. So two
yeah,
jobs and you started doing it.
yes.
Wow.
But for whatever reason, every time I get in the car to do Uber, I used to have energy. So I used to feel excited, used to have energy, meeting people. And I saw that I was making a little bit more money. And I was like, if I dedicate myself more to Uber, I'll be able to make way more money. So the cleaning company was going horrible. It was right after COVID and all that. And nobody wanted to work. So it was hard to find people to work. And I couldn't I was cleaning dealerships. So I can't clean all these dealerships just by myself. So
Yeah.
I let go of the cleaning company. I turned in my contract and I let it go and I started focusing myself on Uber. And I was doing really good until I was like, okay, if I work during the day as well, maybe I could do a lot better. So I started giving my hours away from my other job, from my day job, till now I don't work there anymore. And I just started doing Uber full time. And
Okay. And when
yeah,
was that? A few years ago? 2020,
yeah,
2019,
2021. No,
2021? Okay.
I think it was 2020 going to 2021. So it was like in August, 2020 going to 2021. And I started doing Uber X. That's how I started. I mean,
Okay.
my car didn't even qualify for Uber. So
What
I
did you
started,
have?
I had
What kind of,
a Toyota Sequoia, but it was like a
okay.
2021, 2001 Toyota Sequoia. And I started doing Uber Eats for that actually. And then
Oh, okay.
I was able to rent because you have to do a certain amount of hours to be able to rent from Hertz to do Uber. So then
Oh,
when I qualified, I started doing Uber X. And I was going to the clubs, picking up the teenagers, going out, throw up in the car, crazy people, drunk people. But I depended on that, and so I moved forward with the Tesla. That's when Hertz had all the Teslas, and Uber is like, you could get Teslas now for Uber. So I was one of the first one in Tampa with a Tesla.
oh,
And I
wow.
started
Okay.
getting the premier clients, the comfort clients, the better clients. And
Was that
my
an X, the Model X, or which
no, the
one?
Model 3, little sedan.
Oh, just a model. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was the Model 3. And I had, I think, the black one first, and I loved it. The first month having that car, I think it was in February of 2022. I
Okay.
had the Tesla Model 3.
Yeah.
And I made, I think it was 15,000, close to 15,000
Oof.
that first month having that car, having premier clients, having the comfort clients. And I was amazed. I was like, wow, I can't believe I made this much money. So
Yeah.
like I see the difference now. And having those type of clients was, oh, they would ask me about the car. So I educated myself about the car. Everybody that got in the car, I was one of the first one with the Model 3. So everybody in the car, wow, what is this? Wow, what a screen. Did that come with the car? Did you put that there? So I would explain to them it's a Tesla and what the Tesla do and how do I charge and is it worth it? If it's not worth it. So educating myself with that made me build relationship with my clients and they wanted me to drive them all the time. So that was like, oh, let me try that. So I started my LLC and I started
Yeah.
driving private clients to a
Still
point that
running from Hertz? Because I'm curious. I didn't even know
Yes,
much about this. Do you pay them weekly or by mileage or
pay them.
what?
So they do it weekly. Now they do it weekly, but before they rent it out to you weekly, right? And
Okay.
I would, once you turn it in, that's when they hit you with the big bill. Or you have to, like, after like 2 months, you have to go in and how you call it, re-rent it, re-rent
Yeah,
the vehicle.
yeah. Renegotiate
So
the terms or
yes, so
okay.
you take the vehicle back, and then they will bill you. So they will hit you with like 5,000, because I was paying $2,000 a month for that vehicle.
Okay.
And I'm like, man, if $2,000, like I could get a Model Y, which is a little bit bigger, for less than
Yeah.
1,000 a month. So I went in to buy one. And I bought one. I bought the Model Y because I
Nice.
was doing less Uber. I was doing more private now. So
Ah.
you have to do a certain amount of hours to be able to continue renting. So once I started doing less hours, I'm like, I got to turn this car in. So I was able to buy a Model Y, and I stopped doing Uber. I was doing less Uber, and it's just private clients. So that's how I started
Nice.
in the business. Yeah.
And so the Model Y, it's just, yeah, your car payment and then whatever it is to charge the vehicle,
Yeah.
right?
So I
And
had a hack. Um, and a hack, I mean, is because I studied where all the charges were at. At that point, I live in St. Petersburg now, St. Pete. I
yeah.
used to live in Clearwater. In St. Pete, I found out that there was a whole bunch of free chargers. So I would go in the morning, or I go out, charge the car for free, and I would work. So I was able to make even more money because I didn't have to pay for charging. So that
Wow.
helped
So
me
it's only your car payment pretty much is,
pretty much, car payment, insurance, and that's it.
yeah.
You know, once
Wow.
I go far, if I have to go to Orlando or Miami, I will have to stop and charge. But if you have to take the client to Miami, you're making money. So
No, no, totally.
go ahead and charge,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. And so you were doing Uber X at the time when you had the Model Y?
No, and
Or
I was doing less Uber, and I was doing more
oh, right,
private
private
clients.
clients. Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
And but you got a lot of those because they just liked working with you, right? They just like
yeah.
riding with you.
A clean car. I mean, it was a brand new car. I was the first driver for that car. And then
Yeah.
the client, like, it was a weird car because people didn't, what is this? What car is this? Wow,
Yeah, yeah.
that huge screen. Wow. And they ask questions. And, I always tell jokes about it. Like, they would tell me, what do I think about moving forward with electric vehicle? And I was like, remember when cell phones first came out? People used to be like, cell phone, why do I need a cell phone? I have a house phone. And now
Yeah.
everybody has cell phones. So
Sure.
like, electric vehicles the same way. Electric vehicle right now, you're like, why do I need electric vehicle? I got gas car. Well, in the future, you're gonna be like, wow, we need electric vehicles. And
Yeah.
so, I used to have some clients that didn't like electric vehicles, but they still wanted me to drive them. So
Oh,
it
well,
was
there,
awesome
well,
because
that's
of the
you, right?
personality. Yeah,
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 yeah. No, I could see that. I could see that.
yeah.
And so you started an LLC, you had some private clients. And then we met, how many months has it been now? It's only been what, three,
So I
three
think I
months
spoke.
almost?
I first contacted you. I think it was uh,
Okay.
June of this year. So just a couple of months ago. And I found you. You just popped out of nowhere on my YouTube.
Yeah, yeah.
So from Uber to Limo company.
Yeah, okay. Of course. Yeah, yeah.
So
Ravond, I
I,
think.
Ravon, yes,
Yeah.
that was the video that convinced me. So I was hesitant, but hearing Ravon's interview saying he was thinking the same way I was thinking, because at that moment, I still have a lot of private clients, but they stopped traveling a lot. So I was going really slow. I'm like, and I was only depending on them. And Uber was horrible. Lyft was horrible. I had my friends that do Uber, do Lyft, were just telling me like, this is horrible.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, so you popped out of nowhere. And I started watching the video. I saw Ravon and I was like, whoa. And him thinking the same way I think, like, man, $3,000 a month, that's expensive. Like, would this really work? And all that. And then you said something about, if you think advertising is expensive, find out how much it costs you not to advertise. And that was so true.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. And then I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna do it. And then what really made me do it was when you said, because I had a credit card that I think it was like it was almost at the limit. And I'm like, okay, now what am I gonna do? I need to do something. My family, they're coming from Dominican Republic, and I need to do something. You know what I mean? So I put, you said your initial payment will be towards you, and
Yeah.
then we hope that you're already getting leads, you're already making money before Google even hits you with the first charge.
Exactly. Yep.
So I took that risk. I put 800.
Wow.
I took $800 towards the credit card. I gave you the card. You charged the 750. Then I got charged either $10. I put a little bit more than 800. $10, and I got charged the first $50 from Google.
Yeah. Yeah.
The day I went live was July 12th.
Huh.
I got leads, but I didn't book anything, and I was
Yeah.
stressed. I was almost crying, basically, like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna get hit with this Google thing, blah blah. I'm gonna get declined. What am I gonna do? The next day, July 13th, my first lead was at 8 in the morning. She calls me, and she lives near where I live, and she's like, "Hey, I'm looking for a car service from here to the airport, blah blah." I usually charge like $40 for private clients, and I remember watching your video. This is a limousine company. This is more premium.
Yeah. No, totally.
So I was like, okay, cool. I'm like, $80. And she's like, okay, cool. Let me, I want to book a round trip. I'm like, okay, no problem. I got you. And then she's like, okay, let me go get my credit card. I was like, oh my God. Wait, I got it for 80 round trips or 2 trips, and she's paying now. I was like, whoa, this is amazing. And
Yeah.
that day I ended up doing like, I think 600 or close to $600 worth of service just that one day. And the crazy thing that was my birthday. And I was like,
Oh, that's why you remember all this so well.
yes, I
Yeah.
remember well because I was nervous, man. And then on my birthday, I started getting I was getting leads before, the day before, but I wasn't
Yeah.
closing anything. But I was nervous talking to the clients. But after that, it was smooth ride. Smooth.
Yeah.
It's easy. It was just like, if I get a lead, the chances of me closing was like very good, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
you're a
from
good
now on,
communicator. I can tell.
yes,
And
yes.
yeah.
What you said about people know when you're laughing or when you have a smile on the phone,
Yeah.
they do. They really
It's
do.
so true, isn't it?
Yes, yes, and that helps me out a lot, like getting a lot of trips from that.
Yeah. Wow. What an awesome story. And so, yeah, we're almost 3 months into it now. So you're still doing your Model Y then, right?
Yes, yes. I'm trying to
Nice.
get a SUV because the demand on the SUV is huge. I have people that is like two passengers, and I'm like, I send them my quote, my template with my Model Y, and they're like, "Do you have an SUV?" Man, there's only 2 people. I'm like, man, so I have to farm out to some of my friends that have the SUVs, the Yukons and the Sprint. I mean the Expeditions. So I
Yeah.
have to farm out, and I'm like, man, I'm still making money, but I can make more money if I have my own SUV. So I'm in the
Totally.
process of trying to get I want to get something different, but I was hesitant about an Escalade because the Escalade is looking like $100-something thousand, and it's
Yeah. I
for the
don't think you
base
need
model.
it. Yeah. I
I
don't
do
think
though.
you need, you think so? Well, you know your market better than I do,
Yes.
you know?
So I was hesitant, right? And this was like in the first month. I was like, man, is this gonna be always? And I know it's not gonna be always, but you build a relationship with those clients. I have repeat clients now, and I'm only been doing for like 2 months and a half, and I have a lot of repeat clients. Oh,
Yeah.
I need another ride. I need another ride. So I started getting calls from, oh, I have an Expedition. Oh, do you have something better than maybe an Escalade? I'm like, yeah, let me look. And I have to send it
Wow.
to one of my friends. Uh, and they don't mind paying the price for the Escalade.
And your friends, none of your friends have an Escalade, right? Or
I have not my friends, but I have other drivers that,
sure, that can service that, but
but
amongst your friends.
they also have the older model Escalades. They don't have the new model
Ah,
Escalades, and it's very rare. Like I don't know anybody that has the new model Escalade around here, unless you were like a big time limo company.
yeah.
Yeah.
And if anyone needs something like that, you will be the go-to guy. And
Yes.
that's
Absolutely.
why there's strategy. You know, this is a good learning. There's strategy involved in the vehicle you buy, because you don't, like a really close friend of yours that you use a lot, you might not want to get the same vehicle he has, right? Because if
Yeah.
someone does want to do that upgrade, or maybe he has really nice vehicle and you need something a little more affordable. And you guys can use each other. And so that's pretty
That-
cool.
You have to have different options for the clients. If two of my friends have an Expedition and two of my other friends have a Suburban, having an Escalade just gives you another option for the clients for they to hire you. Because I do have clients like, oh, I don't like Ford, I don't like Teslas, oh, I will never ride in a Tesla, and it's just weird, but they're paying the money, so it's what they want, and if they can afford it, why would they want to ride in a car that they don't want to ride in? So
Totally.
having options, it really helps. Like, I don't like telling the clients no. Like, it's
Yeah.
rare that I tell a client no. Very rare. Like, almost never. So having the option is good. And if I could have an Escalade, I could attend to those clients that I could quote the Escalade. No, that's too expensive. Okay, I have an Expedition, a little bit less expensive. Cool, no problem. I show up in the Escalade anyways. Well, hey, I
That's
upgraded you for free. You got a better vehicle, for the same price as the other vehicle, and that's it.
yeah.
But having a Tesla, um, I love the Teslas, and I wish they made a bigger vehicle, because if they made a bigger
Yeah.
vehicle, not even the Model X qualifies. So
Yeah,
they have
yeah. It's not that big. Not
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 that big.
compared to a Suburban or Escalade, you know?
Yes. So having a bigger vehicle will work better, because I could upgrade the clients, but I can never downgrade them. And
Yeah.
that they feel like that's a downgrade. So
And if you have someone who you're like, okay, this person's really, really budget conscious, you can send the Tesla because your cost to operate it is also a lot lower, you know?
yes, yes. So my prices are good prices. They're not
Yeah.
cheap prices, and they're not expensive. They're good prices. They're right in the
Yeah.
middle. And depending where you're at in my city, I have templates with already the price on it. Like, I already know what to give you, and it
Yeah.
works fine. Like, I found the sweet spot. So
Yeah.
I get a lot of rides because of that.
And you have a great network. So it's really cool. So Julio actually referred me a few of his friends that are in the market with him. And it's great because these guys they all use each other. They all farm trips out to each other. And it's exactly what you want to do. I think when you're smaller and you just have a vehicle, network with some guys, especially guys that you trust, right? And how did you end up meeting all these guys like Anthony Tooch,
And Mike, yeah,
Michael and
yeah,
Mike?
we once I got the Model 3 Tesla, I passed by the waiting lot for the airport, Tampa Airport, where all the Uber drivers are at. And I would see all these Suburbans, all these Ford Expeditions, and all these black cars. And you see the Spanish people, a lot of Cubans, playing dominoes, playing cards, just there. And I'm like, I passed by, I was like, I know they do Uber, because you can see the Uber sign. Like, how can they just stay parked in one place and make money, especially with an expensive vehicle like that? And I kept passing by, and I'll see them there, and I'm like, you know what? There's something there's something here. So
Yeah.
I dedicated the next day, the full day, just to stay parked there and see what I get. And I saw the secret. I saw how they make a lot of money just having the premiere, and that's where I met in the parking lot. That's where I met I met Anthony, and I met Mike there. And we just started talking because, like I said, I was one of the first one with the Tesla, and like asking me questions, and I met them through there. And then from there, we just built the friendship, and we helped each other out with rides. And if I find something good, I test it out first, and I'm like, hey, try this. This is really good. This is working for me. It might work for you. If they find
Yeah.
something, they will tell me the same thing, and like that.
That is
That's
so
how it
cool,
works.
man. You got a
Yeah.
little network going.
Yep. Yeah. I like being in control of certain things. And sometimes you're like, oh, why don't you guys build a company together? And it's like, no, I like having my own. Everybody has their own, make your own decisions. Because then if you do that, it could ruin friendships. So
Totally.
having your own and them having their own, and even though you do the same thing, and even though you work together, but everybody's in control of their own destiny.
No, that
Yeah.
is that is so cool because yeah, if you need to farm out rides, if you need different vehicles, you can, but then yeah, you
Yeah.
don't have that complicated relationship when you go into business with a friend, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Dude, this is so cool. Well, you're only 3 months in. I can't wait to see in another 9 months, at the year mark,
Yes.
how much you've grown. I'm sure you'll get that Escalade here soon. And
Yeah, I'm trying to be like Ravon and get my seven cars in a year. And I see
yeah,
like I think last time, oh sorry, I think last time it said it's not possible. Some people were saying, but it is. It is
no,
possible.
it totally
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, you're in a good market, man. It's a
Yeah.
growing market. Just certain markets are really good. Yours is one of them. And there's just a lot of people looking for these services, as you know, right?
Yes. Tampa is growing a lot. Tampa Airport, a lot of people, it's becoming more international airport. It's growing, so we're getting a lot of more customers or clients or people vacationing over here. A lot of businesses opening in downtown area. A lot of new condos and a lot of snowbirds coming down over here. So
Yeah.
Tampa's growing a lot. It's a lot. A lot of sports events, a lot of concerts, a lot of things going on. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, I'm guessing you're probably still working a lot. I mean, compared to when you had those two jobs, but I know this is like when you own your own business, it is a 24-hour thing, right? You get leads at all times, responding to clients, but I'm guessing you prefer this over the convenience, or was it a convenience store
Oh,
and
yeah.
cleaning company?
Yes. Yes, I have the owner slash, one of my best friends that owned the convenience store because he's like family to me. But I still have to mention it, even though he might see this. He told me once I started doing a little bit more Uber, he told me, "You think you're gonna get rich by doing Uber?" And I told him, "I don't know, but I know that after 15 years working here, I never got rich. So let me
Yeah.
try this, you know." And
Yeah.
I told him that, and I always stick to here. Even though I still consider him as like a brother because you say certain comments sometimes because I guess anger, me leaving there was difficult, like finding somebody else to replace me. And I know this could be a little bit hard. And you can mention something, you could say something not even thinking, by him saying that just motivated me to continue and try to do better. So it helped me
Totally.
more than it pushed me down, you know?
For sure. And the
Yeah.
upside for what you're in now could be much bigger, right? You can grow a
Oh,
lot
yes.
from here. Like more than you
Yes.
ever could with Uber. I'm guessing this other gig, more than you could grow there. Like the upside is really uncapped, in this business, it could
Yeah,
be.
like I told Michael and Anthony and Tush, um, don't think that we made it because we're doing limo marketing, we're doing advertising. Like this is the bottom. And what I mean by
Yes.
that is that we can still grow. Our next step is become affiliates with other
Yes.
companies, with national companies, and try to grow some more. But we haven't made it yet. This is just the
No,
beginning.
just
This
the
is like,
beginning.
yes,
Exactly.
we feel like we made it because we're not doing Uber. And I told
Yeah.
one day I'm gonna tell you guys the funniest joke. I'm gonna tell you the joke now. It might not be too funny, but a couple of years from now it will be funny. And I told him I was like, one day I'm gonna call you guys. I'm gonna be like, hey, you guys want to go do some Uber? And you guys gonna laugh. You guys gonna be like, what Uber? Hell no, I'll never do Uber. You crazy? Because we're gonna be doing so good. But right now, um, sometimes Uber is still an option. You know,
yeah.
so right now it's not funny, but in a couple of years when we become successful and we keep working hard the way we're working, it will be fun.
Exactly. Slowly
Yeah.
transition over to more and more of your own private clients. And one day, yeah, you won't need to turn on that app again.
Yeah, I don't. I haven't in a year. So
Oh, real? Oh, okay. Nice.
I haven't
Okay.
in
So
a
not
year.
even to fill in any gaps. Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
because Anthony was the one that was joking with me. Anthony's always like, whenever I see I'm gonna have to go pick up a client from the airport, I go to the waiting lot where all the Ubers wait. And before Anthony started doing the limo marketing, he would say, "Oh, you came to do some Uber?" I was like, "You crazy? No way, man." But yeah. So now he feels the same way, kind of. He stopped doing Uber as well, so he's doing good. So I'm happy.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Awesome. Julio,
Yeah.
thanks so much for doing this, man. It was great having you. And yeah, maybe we'll do a follow-up in 9 months to see where you're at and
Yes.
how much you
Yes.
progressed.
Yes. Yes. This motivates me. I'm like, okay, I gotta get ready for Mark's interview. let me start, moving forward with the plans. Let me execute. Yeah.
I
So
like
people
it.
can see.
Cool. Thanks again for doing this, Julio.
No problem, Mark. Thank you. Thank you for all your help too. It's a blessing, definitely.
All right. You're
All
welcome,
right.
man.